taking cognizance of various taxation issues hindering the growth of the economy. For the first time in ICAP's history, its Committee on Fiscal Laws is organizing a full-day national tax conference, Taxation, A Pathway to Prosperity, on March 19, 2019 in Islamabad.
National Tax Conference is a great initiative of ICAP. Pakistan's tax policies require reconsideration. This is high time that new government understands what our new tax policies should be, and it should be in consultation with all stakeholders. This conference will bring together all stakeholders, and as it would be chaired by the finance minister, it is going to give great input to the government for formation and formulation of its tax policies. I appreciate the services of ICAP's Fiscal Laws Committee, especially its chairman, Mr. Ishfaq Tola, in arranging this conference.
In that conference, the policymakers, the practitioners, and the entrepreneurs will be participating and will be discussing the future course of the tax policies. And they will also share what are the issues and problems are being faced by the taxpayers. As you know, that if you are able to pay more taxes, it means you are earning more and more. So facilitating the taxpayers would not only increase the tax revenue for the government, but would also in fact encourage the more and more people to be taxpayer. As it is very widely publicized, this conference will be held on 19th March in Islamabad, and I hope to see you all there.
The keynote speaker will be Dr. Hafiz Pasha, a prominent economist and former federal minister for finance and economics affairs.
This conference comes at precisely the right time when Pakistan is facing difficulties in showing increases in tax revenues. Inshallah, during the tenure of this conference, we will be able to discuss some fundamental reforms in the tax system, both in terms of tax policy and tax administration. And our accountants, lawyers, economists, all of us will work together, providing a reform agenda for incorporation in the forthcoming national budget of 2019 and 20.
Mr. Asad Umar, Honorable Federal Minister for Finance, Revenue, and Economic Affairs, will grace the occasion as the chief guest. He has been awarded Satara Imtiaz from the government of Pakistan.
Dear friends, it is a unique opportunity to meet all the stakeholders there, and we have invited Chairman FBR, Minister of State for Revenue, Industry Minister, Secretary from all the specific ministries, relevant ministers, and also the Chairman SECP, Chairman NAB, and they all are supposed to participate in this. So it's, in my humble view, it's a unique opportunity for all of us to participate and just know and contribute whatever the impediments which we lack in the economy, in the economic growth of Pakistan.
Technical Session 1. Mr. Asif Harun. He will be speaking on harmonization of tax laws, a miracle in waiting.
The importance of this conference is because of the fact that Pakistan is at the crossroad of many challenges, and one of the major challenges is the economic challenge. The underlying issue is that we are unable to generate the sufficient amount of revenues and resources to meet our expenses. We have to see that how we can address this challenge and why we are facing this issue. In Pakistan, as many people were aware, that we have a federal sales tax law as well as provincial sales tax laws, but we have to see that how we can overcome the challenges in which are coming up, because there is a lot of gap between the harmonization of the tax laws of the provinces as well as the federation.
Technical Session 2. Mr. Abid Shaban, an advocate, will be sharing his views on tax reforms, a shattered dream. He is the principal of Shaban & Company, a full-service tax consultancy firm. Having done his BS from the University of California and LLB from the University of Karachi, he became a certified fraud examiner and has received a certificate for conflict resolution by the U.S. Institute of Peace.
One of the main
reasons for unsuccessful implementation of tax reforms is serious resistance to change and the culture at FBR. The tax collection target set by FBR for this year is of about 4.4 trillion. This is not sufficient for the country to progress or to create the jobs needed or to meet the Human Development Index goals. The need for tax reforms is urgent. Things cannot continue the way they are. There is a need for revenue. There is an economic need. Past tax policies have created distortions. They have discouraged manufacturing. They have encouraged imports and encouraged undocumented economy. The ease of doing business is suffering. Compliance of tax laws is cumbersome, and the tax laws themselves are very complex. There is a need to remove adversarial relationship between a tax collector and the taxpayer. The relation of the tax collector and the taxpayer has to be a relationship of trust. A culture of trust needs to develop. The taxation system remains complex and very difficult to comply. The country needs urgent tax reforms.
Technical Session 3, Mr. Abdul Alim, Secretary General, oversees Investors Chamber of Commerce and Industry, will speak on doing business and impasse. Mr. Alim is a fellow member of ICAP and ICMAP and has over 3 decades of experience working in senior executive positions in leading multinational organizations, Exxon and Pakistan American Tobacco. The conference will be held on the 19th of March 2019 in Islamabad. So join us for an enlightening and highly rewarding event. Register now